Lucky number 7, maybe even the fantastic 7, or what about the horrible 7? Well, we're about to find out right now. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and today we've been getting ready to do this vid for a while, and it is finally here. Finally, Swerve Strickland has lost his championship, and we can now rank every AEW World Champion. Now, there's only been 7 World Champs, unless somebody won a belt for like 10 seconds that I'm not aware of. There's been 7 champions in the AEW. Some of these guys have held the belt multiple times, but there's only been 7 different champions, and we're going to rank them. Now, is there need for 6 categories when there's only 7 champions, especially when some of them definitely won't be getting used? I mean, probably not, but I mean, we wanted to make sure that we were ranking everybody fairly and maybe not just sticking them in the same category as somebody they don't deserve to be in. So we've got Punk, Adam Page, Jericho, Strickland, Samoa Joe, Moxley, and Kenny Omega. Does that sound right to you? Is there anybody missing? Obviously, we're not counting Bryan Danielson because it's impossible to rank how his championship reign's been. Although, so far, considering he's taken on Jack Perry, he'd probably be in the F category.
Yeah, he'd be pretty low, but we're not going to rank him. It's been a couple of days. It's been a week for Big Daniel. Hey, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel.
You're a jobber, Daniel.
You're a jobber, Daniel. Anyway, so with that said, I think we're okay just to get fired straight into this. And we're going to start with, by the way, no particular order here. It is what it is. We're going to start from left to right. And we're going to start with CM Punk. Now, listen, I can't sit here and say that when CM Punk was in the championship matches, I didn't care more about AEW and it didn't feel more important. I think it certainly did. Like, you look at Punk's matches against Moxley, you look at when he took on Joe All In, that felt pretty big for AEW. However, as a champion, plagued with injuries, obviously we know he had issues at AEW, never got a proper championship reign, especially when you compare it to his WWE one, 434 days. I mean, I look at his AEW championship run, and I mean, he probably held the belt, I think he had it, 3 times maybe? 1 unofficially, twice official. Probably held the belt no more than 50 days. Disaster, injury ridden, but and the matches, to be honest, were a bit. I remember him and Moxley on Dynamite, free TV, and he just got squashed as well. I think it was. I would probably put CM Punk in the C category. I don't know. I'm thinking C for Punk. It wasn't the best, but I can't deny that I at least cared when CM Punk was fighting for the belt.
Yeah, I mean, it's a short reign, all of them, but it's CM Punk. Some memorable moments, dare I say. I mean, I actually remember him getting squashed by Moxley, so I mean, that's better than anyone else on this list.
Yeah, so where are you going with Punk?
I'll agree with C.
C, right.
I didn't really like the whole spray paint belt.
No, I mean, I think if Punk actually held it for a bit longer and had some more meaningful title defences and wasn't kicked off Collision after 2 weeks, then it might have been a little bit better, but I think a C is probably fair for now. Right, up next we have Hangman Adam Page. I believe he was the 4th AEW World Champion, stopping the reign of Kenny Omega. In my opinion, though, he only really became relevant when he lost the belt to Punk. That was a standout moment. That was when his feud peaked.
He went into business for himself.
I mean, could I name you a Hangman Page title defense outside of CM Punk? Probably not.
Nope. I'll be honest, I can't. The guy's not that good. He comes out on a horse, man. Wait, he used to come out on a horse. I don't even know what he does now.
He just comes out with a horse theme. Galloping. Anyway, I'm going to say a D for Hangman Adam Page. Just, I can't really remember it, so it couldn't be that good.
You know, I feel like an F. I can't fucking remember anything.
F?
Well, bottom of D, I guess. Well, he's the only guy in D.
Well, I mean, F or D.
No, I literally can't remember who he defended. I'm going to assume he had matches against, like, Kenny Omega in a rematch, but I couldn't tell you.
Right, maybe we'll go F then, because it really was unmemorable. Right, up next we have Chris Jericho. He came in, first ever champion. At this point, we had the Circle or the Inner Circle, which I think was a decent faction. The problem is, every time they tried to recreate it, it just got worse and worse and worse. Remember, they basically recreated a new faction with half the members of the Inner Circle?
Yep.
And the thing about the Inner Circle was, outside of Jericho, it kind of sucked.
Yep.
He was the only good member in it. But no, I remember Jericho feuding with Cody Rhodes, and I mean, Moxley, and I think Jericho was an okay champion. I do think he's better than CM Punk for the simple reason his title reign actually lasted long, and Yeah, I mean, yeah, I remember him not being injured. I actually remember him being on Dynamite.
I think this was the last good run of Jericho's career.
No, but you don't remember watching it was. I remember. I think it was. I thought the Jericho feud was good.
Yeah, no, it was.
But the reign was good. I'd put Jericho.
I'll put him in B.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite A, and I don't know. Maybe if he had a couple of bigger names to defend the belt against, maybe I don't know. Because even Jericho, even though I kind of liked AEW in that period, you felt like in terms of star power, they were a little bit behind. Didn't have like Edge or Christian at that point, or CM Punk or any of those guys.
I think Jericho helped put them on the map. It was a good establishing run. I'll put
He
him in
did.
at B.
You know what? Maybe he should have just walked away after he got them up and running. Held the belt.
He's nosedive since then.
Right, up next we've got Swerve Strickland. I think this was worse than Hangman Adam Page. I know it's the most recent one, and maybe there's some recency bias in there, but for me, this was a terrible run. I've nothing really good to say about it.
Nah, I've nothing.
Just uneventful. Basically, the whole feud was him kind of taking on. I remember him and Hangman Adam Page just feuding over the belt. I mean, who else did he take on?
He beat Joe.
Right, to win it, and then if probably defended against Joe. But who else did he defend against? I mean, I'm trying to think of. But see, that's a problem. I can't really think of.
It's the most recent title reign, and I'm struggling.
Well, think who did he defend the belt against? Pay-per-views. Revolution. I think he had a triple threat match with Hangman Page and Joe as well.
Yeah, he did. So.
But in terms of, I can't really name you any other type outside of Hangman Page and Joe. I can't name you a Swerve Strickland opponent.
And they lost to Brian, obviously. So again, I couldn't know.
I'm putting him bottom F. You agree with that? Behind.
Yeah.
Right. Up next we have Samoa Joe.
Actually, before we move on, they're giving him a contract on the same level of Mercedes Moné and Okada, which is like $5 million.
But see, that's the situation Tony Khan's put himself into now, because people are going to look at Okada and Mercedes Moné and go, hold on, these guys don't do nothing. If they're getting $5 million, why can't I get $5 million?
Yeah.
Now, I don't think Swerve Strickland deserves $5 million, but I tell you what, I can certainly see why he would go to Tony Khan and go, well, if they can get $5 million, why can't I?
If you become the world champion, I think you've got every right to ask for it.
And that is the problem. I know WWE apparently were not happy. They think that Tony Khan's somehow messed up the the balance in terms of content, and he has.
WCW did it.
He's totally fucked it.
WCW did it in the 90s, and AEW's doing it.
See anyone who's considered relatively at the top of the card in AEW, I imagine when their contracts are coming up now, they're going to be looking at all these £5 million stars, these Omegas, these Mercedes Monets, and they're going to go, right, well, I want that.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going.
I mean, obviously Khan's got unlimited money, but eventually that you can't sustain that.
You cannot, right? Samoa...
No, put it this way, right? Tony Khan will die one day. Like us all, right? See with WWE, it's a sustainable business. We all knew when McMahon died or, got shafted, Triple H was going to run it relatively easy. See, once Tony Khan dies, it's not a sustainable business.
Yeah, WWE runs WWE, Tony Khan runs AEW.
No, like, see in 30, 40 years when he dies, right? Because he's in his 40s. It's like, and obviously most of these guys will
Hold on here, assuming that AEW will be around by then.
It will. It's got the money to.
Ah, well, true. Anyway,
AEW will be around until Tony Khan's not around.
Right, stop ignoring the question. Samoa Joe, how high can he go?
Where is Samoa Joe, by the way?
He was feuding with Hook, remember, on Jericho? He was helping.
Is he injured?
I don't know. Anyway, his title reign, to me, I thought it was lackluster, man. I can't really recall many title defences.
He beat MJF. He lost to Strickland. The matches in between then, I cannot remember.
Well, I can tell you somebody who's not on this list.
Who?
MJF.
The triple guy, the crown, the ring.
That's how memorable MJF is. Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
Well, I tell you what, right? MJF wouldn't be high. Acting best buddies with Adam Cole, running around his fucking living room.
Right, where are you putting Samoa Joe? I'm thinking D.
I just don't care about Joe. No, you know what the thing is, right? I prefer Joe over Page and Strickland, but am I going to say his run was better? Fuck no. Honestly, I'd put him in F.
You think so?
What did Joe do?
At catering.
No, let's be honest. We're a bit biased. We'd only put Joe in D because we prefer him to the two below him. That's it. It's nothing to do with the reign. Come on, admit it. Admit it. I'll admit it.
Fair enough, right?
That's why I put him in F.
Right, up next, John Moxley.
Moxley.
I'm going to actually put Moxley in C, and I think he should go be ahead of CM Punk. I just think Moxley had a better title.
Company was in a better place for John Moxley as champion.
Yeah, no, I think Moxley for a period did. I think he was a good successor to Jericho. I will say that. I think Moxley did a pretty good job. I could even make a case for B, to be honest. Should Moxley be in B behind Jericho? I think.
It's a tough one.
No, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I actually think Moxley was good when he was champion, but just like Jericho, I think once he was taken out the title picture, look at him now, he's literally just a fucking job. No, but do you remember, he kind of looked the part, he actually looked a bit like a star when he was the champion.
Yeah.
See, now, he does look like an absolute fucking crackhead.
This ain't your company anymore, Giovanni.
No, but see, when he was the world champion, he did kind of have like a decent look to him.
No,
See, you look at him now, he literally does look like that crackhead plumber that's trying to come over and do a dodgy job for 50 quid.
Wait, who was champion when they had that exploding death match?
That'd be Kenny Omega. That'd be our next guy. And
if Moxley was champion for that, I think I would have fucking put him in the F for that.
I can't really. That wasn't his fault. Although apparently he did test it like Kenny Omega. Anyway, up next we've got Kenny Omega, and I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm actually going to put Kenny Omega in the C category above CM Punk.
Well, I mean, come on. The guy had a fucking exploding death match that was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Is that his fault?
I think so, yeah.
That ending's his fault. Come on.
He fucking tested it.
Hold on, a minute ago you said you weren't going to be biased and you put Joe in F, but now you're going to say that was his fault?
He tested it.
Do you not remember his feud against Christian Cage?
Why,
the championship?
TNA.
That was good, I liked that.
I'll put him behind CM Punk.
So you're happy for him to go and C, just not above Punk?
Aye, because CM Punk, he didn't do anything in AEW I consider the worst ever. I think that death.
Do you see his matches every time he tried to do it?
I know.
Every time he tried to do the hangman clothesline.
I think that exploding death match is one of the worst things I've ever seen. So that's why
I thought it was alright up until the end.
Yeah, but
then again, could you imagine Hell?
Sure, people thought that about the Titanic.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine Hell in a Cell if Kane came out and he couldn't get the door open, he just did a 180 and walked through the back? Oh. Could you imagine that? Like, that'd be fucking mental. Anyway,
that's gotta be Kane.
Right, well, alright, last but not least, MJF. We've not got him here, but we'll stick him in somewhere. Where are you putting MJF? Where and why? I think D's probably fair for MJF. I think his reign was a little bit better than Joe, Page, and Swerve, but I don't think it was as good as the four guys above him. Just nothing really memorable happened.
It was boring. He held it for like over a year, wasn't it?
It was about a year. That's mental that he's probably the longest reigning champ, and I forgot all about him.
Yep. No, but the stuff with Adam Cole was cringe. Well, best friends taking each other on at Wembley, and they were running around their living room on scooters and eating ice cream. And then it was like, the summer of Cole and MJF, the best friends.
Not quite the summer of Punk, is it?
No, it's
anyway,
not.
Guys, that's it. Let me know your list down below. We're sticking MJF in the D category. There you go. Forgot all about him. Maybe next time we'll remember him. Till next time, though. Peace.